Yo, what is up guys? Ethan here back with another video, and today we return with college football predictions. As today we will be previewing and predicting week 11. If you haven't already, hit that like and subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. So week 11, there's really no true big time game, but there is tons of games that have playoff implications for this week, and I'm not going to waste any of y'all's time. We're going to hop straight into it. The first game I'll be talking to you about today is number 9 Alabama going on the road to Oxford to face the number 11 Ole Miss Rebels. And this game is going to be really fun to watch. If Alabama didn't lose versus LSU last week, this would by far be the biggest game for this upcoming week. But now that Alabama lost last week at LSU, there's like a three-headed game. Well, there's like 3 games you can consider for the best game this week, which are the first 3 games on the graphic. But I think this game has a lot more implications than you think, because there is some scenarios that if Ole Miss wins out, they could make the college football playoff. Now, I'm not going to say they're very likely, but it is definitely possible. But in my case, that's not going to be happening, as I have Alabama going on the road, defeating Ole Miss 34-32. I just think Alabama's just going to want to have a bounce back game on the road. You have not looked good on the road thus far this year. You almost lost to Texas. You lost by 1 or 2. Well, you won by 1 or 2 points. My bad. You lost at Tennessee, as we all know. You just lost at LSU. You need a bounce back game on the road. Man, Arkansas almost came back on the road versus y'all too. But I think Alabama's going to get a bounce-back game on the road. A road game they desperately need to win, in my opinion, because if you lose this, you may not even make the Citrus Bowl at this point. I think Alabama's going to find a way to win, just destroying all hopes of Ole Miss making the playoff. Next game is number 25 Washington versus number 6 Oregon. And I think everyone's just going to say, oh, Oregon's going to blow away with this game. And I think that's not going to be the case. It's been a hate week for both of these teams all week long. This is one of the best rivalries in college football. I'd say top 12 rivalries. But I think everyone's just assuming Oregon's just going to blow Washington out of the water, especially since this game is in Eugene. And I'm going to say no. I think this game is going to be a lot closer than you think. I have Oregon winning this game, of course, 37-31. But Washington's main point of focus on this team and why they succeed so much is the passing offense. Michael Penix Jr. is a phenomenal quarterback. He has all the power and accuracy you need in a quarterback. And what has Oregon struggled with? Pass defense. I know Christian Gonzalez is one of the best corners in college football, but he just, like, not him specifically, but overall as a whole with this Ducks defense, they allow tons of passing yards. And overall with this defense, they need to step up if they want to have a chance to make the college football playoff. And that defense has to pick up quick, because this Washington offense is no slacker. You host Utah next weekend anyway, and Utah's going to be even more of a tougher test in my opinion. I think Oregon's going to win this game, but I think this game's going to be a lot closer because Washington will be able to throw the ball in this game. So Penix is going to have a good game, but Bo Nix is also going to have a good game. Bo Nix is probably my Heisman if it's not Drake May currently. But Ducks win at home 37-31. Now the game everyone is talking about right now. Number 4 TCU at number 18 Texas. And TCU we all know is kind of fraudulent right now. They are one of the only 4 undefeated teams left in college football, which is why they're ranked number 4. And up to this point, they are deserving of that spot. But we have seen in a few weeks they have struggled. And I just think this game is just going to be the test, put the nail in the coffin on TCU being fraudulent, as I think TCU is going to lose this game. Now, I disagree that Texas should be favored by the spread by 7. I think Texas should be favored, but it should be around like a 3.5, 4-point spread. 7, I think, is a little too much, especially counting that TCU is undefeated still. But that's kind of going to contradict what my prediction is. I think Texas is going to whoop TCU. And if you look at these final scores with the past few times, excluding like 2020, this game has not really been close, or really hasn't been an intriguing matchup. Texas has game day there. All the fans of Texas are going to be hyped. They have an undefeated team going to your house. It's not going to be like the Alabama game, of course, but the crowd is going to be able to show up. And when I look at this TCU defense, it's like, who is going to stop Bijan Robinson? who's going to stop Xavier Worthy and Quinn Ewers? And I can't put someone on that TCU defense, or I can't mention somebody that's going to stop these three superstars. And I think Texas is going to have a field day at home. Give me Texas 45-34. I have them winning by 11. And you may say that's outlandish. I may be putting the trap, as it seems like a lot of people are saying Texas. Watch TCU have the same exact score. Watch them go on the road and beat the Longhorns by 11 at home. But I think Texas is on a roll right now, especially after just coming off a road win at Manhattan. Give me Texas big time at home. Next game is number 22 UCF on the road at number 17 Tulane. And at this point, it's like the winner of this game will get that group of 5 slot into the New Year's Six Bowl, unless Liberty goes undefeated, and then the winner of this game ends up losing another game somewhere along the road. But I just think when I look at these two teams, I understand that UCF has been good, but I don't think UCF should be ranked. And the main reason why is East Carolina whooped them. And even though that Louisville loss does look a lot better for UCF now, back then Louisville was not really a good team. Well, to start off the year at least. And then you just got whooped by East Carolina a few weeks ago. I understand you did beat Cincinnati, but I think that win is getting a little proportioned because this Cincinnati team, in my opinion, is a tad overrated. I understand Luke Fickell's a great coach, but that overall team that Cincinnati has is not really it. They should not be even considered as a top 30 team at this point in the year. So I think for that point alone, I'm going to have Tulane winning this game. I think UCF is just a tad overrated. And Tulane has the wins on the resume, especially going on the road and defeating Kansas State on the road. Big time win from that Green Wave team. I think they're going to continue this momentum. They kind of surprised me in a way versus Tulsa last week as well. So give me Tulane in a close game, 23-20. Next up is number 15 North Carolina going on the road to play the Wake Forest Demon Deacons. And I was actually surprised when I look at the spread and I saw Wake Forest is actually favored in this matchup. And I kind of find that ridiculous because even though Wake Forest is the home team, this is going to be a close game either way. Wake Forest has just lost back-to-back games while they were on the road, but North Carolina's ranked in 8-1 right now. And I just find it a little ridiculous that Wake Forest is favored in this game. I have North Carolina winning this game because why would you assume Wake Forest is going to win this game? I'm just being honest. Nobody besides Notre Dame, well, Notre Dame really didn't even do it. They were just doing great offensively. Who has been able to stop Drake May up in this point in the season? And you're going to tell me that Wake Forest is going to be able to slow down Drake May? Or you're telling me Sam Hartman's going to be able to outperform Drake May? In which, in my opinion, Drake May is the Heisman favorite right now? I just find it ridiculous. This is going to be a close, good game either way. And I think North Carolina is going to win this game 38-32. But I just find it kind of ridiculous that even though Wake Forest is home, I understand that. Because North Carolina at this point looks like the far better team. I know this could be a trap game, but North Carolina is a better team right now on paper and by the eye test and statistically. Past few weeks, you know what I'm trying to say. North Carolina is the better team and they're going to get this win on the road. Next game is number 19 Kansas State versus Baylor. I'm pretty sure Baylor's favored in this game. I understand why, unlike the Wake Forest game. But I just think Kansas State's going to bounce back in this game. This is going to be a close game. I have Kansas State winning this game 26-21. But Kansas State almost came back and beat Texas after being down like 31-10 at halftime. And I just think this Kansas State team is too talented compared to Baylor. I think this is a really big game for Baylor as a program right now because if not, if you win this game, they're probably going to be in the top 25. But if not, there's going to be a lot of question marks. But this is a big game for both of these teams because if Kansas State does lose this game, they're probably going to be officially out for the Big 12 championship. My bad. But I just think Kansas State's going to be able to find a way to win this game 26-21. Next game is Louisville going on the road to face number 10 Clemson. And Louisville is like on a 4 or 5 game winning streak right now. They are red hot. And Clemson is ice cold right now after a humiliating loss on the road at Notre Dame. And I find it kind of a little, what is the word, generous that Clemson is in the top 10 still. And I think Clemson's going to win this game. They're just far too talented, and they are the home team. That Clemson crowd, Death Valley, is a great and tough place to play for opposing teams. But Louisville is going to keep this game close. I think Malik Cunningham is going to have a big game. I think this Louisville defense is just going to continue to improve like they have been on this 5-4 game winning streak. I just forget how many games they've won in a row. But Louisville looks really good right now. They're going to look good in this game as well. But I think Clemson, just as of right now, has far too much talent, and this game's going to be at home. And it's just going to be a little too much for this Louisville team. I'm going to have the Tigers winning at home 28-24. And the final game I have my predictions on is number 7 LSU versus Arkansas. And I think people are just expecting LSU to easily handle Arkansas, and I don't think that's going to be the case. I think this is going to be a semi-close game. And it's just going to be all down to, will KJ Jefferson and this offense show up? If they do show up, Arkansas can very easily upset LSU in my opinion. But if they don't show up, LSU can easily win this game by 21 like they did versus Ole Miss a few weeks ago. I think it's going to be kind of a mix. I think Arkansas's offense is going to start off slow but pick it up a little late. But it's going to be too late that LSU is going to win this game 28-20. And I think Rocket Sanders is going to have a good game on the ground for the Razorbacks, but Jaden Daniels just looks unstoppable right now. And even though I'm confident in this Arkansas defense led by Drew Sanders to get a few stops on this Tigers team, they're not going to be able to handle the Tigers throughout the majority of this game. So Jaden Daniels is basically just going to have another great game and lead the Tigers to another win on the road. And now it's time for my bets of the week, and unlike, I think this is the first time I have 2 unders. Usually it's either under over or 2 overs. This might be the first time I actually have 2 unders. The first under is going to be under 54.5 for Georgia at Mississippi State. And I just think this Georgia defense is going to show up yet again like they did versus Tennessee. And everyone has this game as a potential trap game. And I understand why. This is a unique situation for Georgia. They really have not really gone to Starkville in a long time. So this could, especially with the unique offense that Mike Leach has. But I just think this Georgia defense is way too good, and they're going to force Mississippi State not to score as much. Now, I'm not going to say how much Georgia's going to score, because I don't know. They could score 20 for all I know, or they can score 50. But I'm not sure how much Georgia's going to score. All I know is Georgia's defense will prevent Mississippi State from scoring a lot, which entails why I'm going to take the under 54 in this game. And then I'm going to take the under 47.5 for App State going on the road versus Marshall. And I really like Marshall in this game. The spread is just like 1. So like that's why I didn't do it for like the spread picks. But I actually like the under in this game as well. This is like the 75th anniversary of that plane crash for Marshall. This is going to be like a big time game. This is probably a sold out game as well. So this is a big time win for not only the Marshall program, but the entire university. So I think this is going to be a big time moment, and Marshall's not going to want to lose this game. So I think that defense is going to be able to step up. I think Kalen LeBourne is going to have a great game on the ground. I think App State's defense is actually going to slow down Marshall's offense quite a bit as well, because they've allowed a few iffy moments thus far this year. So I think they're going to mainly focus on the defensive side of the ball for this upcoming game. So either way, I think this is going to be a defensive battle. I do like a Marshall in this game, so if you just want to do a pick'em, that's an extra bet for you. But I'm going to take the under 47.5 in this game. Next bet is the -3 for San Jose State at San Diego State. This I wasn't really sure. I liked the bets in this game. I wanted to have San Jose State in a bet. So I decided to go with the -3 because I like both of the unders above more than I actually like their under over. So San Jose State is one of the best Mountain West teams in my opinion. San Diego State's been kind of rocky, and overall I just like the matchup that San Jose State brings with San Diego State, and I think they also have the coaching advantage alongside for San Jose State. So I'm going to take San Jose State in the victory. So of course if I have a victory, I'm going to take the -3 as well. And this final spread pick you may be a little bit surprised about. I'm actually going to take the +10.5 for Rutgers as they go on the road to face Michigan State. And I think Michigan State desperately needed a win, and they got the win they needed last week on the road at Illinois. It was just bound to happen that Illinois would eventually lose in conference play. And I think they're just feel a little boastful after that victory, let's just say that. And Rutgers, they were actually up versus Michigan last week at home, and then just what Michigan does, they have a great second half, and they lose by 40-something, it seems. So I think Rutgers is going to bounce back. I'm not going to say Rutgers is going to go plain out and upset Michigan State on the road, just like the Spartans did last week at Illinois. But I think this is going to be a close game, definitely going to be in the single digits, for the difference between the teams, I would say. So I'm actually going to take the plus 10.5. And I think this is going to be more of a defensive game than you might have realized. So take that plus 10.5 for Rutgers. And that is it for this video. Week 11, like I said, there's no big time game, but there is tons of games that have tons of playoff implications. So it's going to be another phenomenal week of college football. What can I say? So like, share, subscribe, push notifications on so you don't miss any of my videos. And like always, have a good day. Peace out.